All right, let's get this thing going. You guys, first of all, thank you so much for spending a little bit of your Tuesday evening with us. My name is Steve Schultz. I'm the Vice President of Global Sales with the Super Patch Company. And man, we've got a bunch of people. We got a bunch of people on this Zoom with us here tonight. There will be more as we get started here, but I always like to start on time so that we can finish on time. Those of you who are guests, listen, we've got some really, really good information for you here tonight. I've got some information that can literally change your life, not only on the health side, but also on the wealth side. And I know that's a big, bold statement to make, but if you apply the information that we share with you here tonight, it will truly, truly change your life. And what I'm going to introduce to you tonight is a new technology. It's a technology that is probably going to keep you up at night thinking about the possibilities of it. And a lot of times when we introduce something that's new, especially a technology that we don't quite understand, we kind of play it off as magic maybe. We think it's a trick. But just because you don't understand how it works doesn't mean that it's not real. And just because you don't understand how it works doesn't mean that you can't enjoy the benefit of it every single day. And we have literally millions of people that are enjoying the benefits of this new technology that I'm going to explain to you here tonight. Now, let me give you just a little bit of background on myself. I have been in the networking industry for a little more than 33 years. And it always freaks me out when I say that. I cannot believe I've been doing this for 33 years. It's been an amazing part of my life, my family's life. And about a year ago, I was ready to, and I don't understand the word retire. I'm just going to use the word retire, but that means nothing to me. I was going to stop doing what I love to go do something else that I love. Okay. And we've had a ton of success. You guys, in the first 32 years that I was in this business, I built an organization of more than 200,000 people. I made tens of millions of dollars in the process. And we thought, you know what, maybe it's time. Maybe it's time we go do something else. And then I got a phone call. I got a phone call from a gentleman by the name of Jay Dollywall. And he is the founder of the Super Patch Company. And he gave me a call completely out of the blue, and I answered the phone, and he introduced himself to me, and he said, a friend of yours from Toronto told me to give you a call. I said, who's that friend? He said, your friend Dan. I said, yep, I know Dan. I said, Jay, what can I do for you? And he said, Steve, I want to tell you a little bit about my company, and I want to know if you would be interested in helping me build it. And I said, Jay, what do you do? Now, in the next 5 minutes, what I'm about to tell you guys is going to sound crazy. Okay, it's going to sound a little bit unbelievable. And for some of you, it might sound a little bit silly. And the reason that I tell you that is because that is exactly how I felt when Jay was explaining this technology to me for the very first time. And Jay started to tell me that he invented this little patch. And he said, Steve, this patch is 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches. And he said, there's nothing on it. He said, there's no drugs, there's no stimulants, there's no supplements, there's no vitamins, there's no magnets, there's no stem cell anything. He said, the only thing that's on this patch is a pattern. And this pattern has ridges on it. And when these ridges come in contact with your skin is able to read that pattern, and it sends a message back to your brain to fix things. And he said, I've got a patch that will help people with balance, stability, and range of motion. He said, I've got another one to help people sleep. I've got one to help people deal with pain. I've got one to help people focus. I've got one to help people deal with stress. I've got one to help people burn more calories at rest. I've got one for cognitive decline. I've got one for overall health and wellness and blood flow and immune system. And I've got one for overall athletic performance. And you guys, I was sitting at this desk right here, and it was a phone call, so we didn't see each other. I had my feet up on the desk, and I was literally rolling my eyes. I'm like, this dude is wasting my time. This guy's trying to tell me that all I have to do is put this little patch on my arm that has nothing on it, and my pain's going to go away? It's like, come on, man. What are you talking about? And so I let him talk for a few more minutes, and then I kind of cut him off. And I said, Jay, how long have you been doing this? He said, well, research and development for about 12 years, but we've been marketing it now for 6. And I said, okay, well, how are you doing so far? He goes, well, today I've got 6 million customers. And I almost fell off my chair. I said, Jay, you've got 6 million people that have used this technology? I said, what are you calling me for? Obviously, you've got this thing figured out. He said, well, I'm off to a good start, but I want to get this to 1 billion people worldwide. And I said, okay. Now, as soon as Jay told me that he had 6 million people that were using this, I knew I was the guy who had a problem, right? I'm the guy rolling my eyes, and he's got 6 million people that are using it. Obviously, I was the guy who had a problem. I said, Jay, that's amazing, but I don't get it. And he said, can you come to Toronto? I said, yes. So I flew up to Toronto, and Jay said to me, he said, Steve, I want to prove to you how this technology works. Now, he chose his words really carefully because he didn't say, Steve, let me show you how this works. He said, I want to prove to you how this technology works. And he never called it a product. He always called it a technology. And I said, okay. And he said, Steve, I want to do this little balance test with you. And I'm just going to kind of show you guys what he did to me. Harv, I know you're watching right now, and this is what I did to you this afternoon and your family, so that's kind of cool. But this is what Jay did to me. He says, Steve, I need you to stand up. And he goes, put your feet together, make 2 fists, and put your fists up here by your chest. And all I'm going to do is push, just push your hands straight down. And when I do, just try to resist me. Don't let me push your hands down. And I want you to try to maintain your balance. I'm like, all right, well, this sounds pretty simple. So I'm ready to go. He pushes down on my hands, and he knocks me off balance with no effort whatsoever. I'm like, okay. And then he says, all right, I need you to stand with your feet shoulder width apart, put your arms down to your side, lock your elbows, and make a fist. So I did. And he said, all I'm going to do is just lift up on one of your arms, and when I do, don't bend your elbow and try to maintain your balance. So I'm like, all right, I'm ready for him this time. So I'm ready to go. He lifts up on my arm, and he knocks me over with no effort whatsoever. I'm like, all right. So then he says, all right, Steve, I need you to roll up your sleeve, and I'm going to put this Liberty patch on your arm. And he showed it to me. He goes, look, there's nothing on this patch. So he puts the Liberty patch on my arm, and he says, all right, let's redo the balance test. So I put my feet together, fist over fist. He pushes down on my hands, and he can't move me. You guys, he can't budge me. And I looked at him, and I said, how'd you do that? Because I thought he was playing a trick on me, right? Well, he didn't even answer me. He said, put your feet shoulder width apart, put your arms down your side, make a fist, lock your elbows. He lifts up on my arm, and he can't move me. You guys, he can't move me a millimeter. And I looked at him, and I said, Jay, how are you doing this? He goes, take the patch off. So I took the patch off. I laid it on his desk. We redid the balance test. He tipped me right over. I put the patch back on, redid the balance test, and he couldn't move me. And I said, Jay, what is this? He said, neurotechnology. And I burst out laughing. I said, so now you expect me to go home and talk to my friends about brain technology? I said, how does it work? Well, he gave me this long scientific explanation. And I said, Jay, that's amazing, but I don't talk like that. I said, there's no way that I could explain it like that. I would never use those terms. How am I supposed to explain this to my friends? And he said, here's how you explain it. And this is what got me. He said, Steve, close your eyes and hold out your hand. So I did. And he put a pen in my hand. And he said, what's in your hand right now? I said, it's a pen. He goes, how do you know? Your eyes are closed. How do you know? I said, because I know what a pen feels like. He said, exactly. He said, your skin is sending a message to your brain that says this is a pen. He said, Steve, I could have put anything in your hand and you would have known what it was without looking at it. He said, I've just figured out a way how to create a pattern that when it touches your skin is able to read that pattern like a QR code. And it sends a message back to your brain to fix things. And he said, I've got a patch to help you with balance, stability, and range of motion. That's the one you have on your arm right now. But I've got one for pain and for stress and for sleep and all those other things. And I just looked at Jay and I said, so what you're telling me then is that you have a drug-free, chemical-free solution for all of those things? He goes, yes. I said, I'm in. I said, Jay, I am 1,000% in. I said, Jay, I've never seen anything like this. I said, Jay, I've been the president of health and wellness companies, and I've never seen anything like this. As a matter of fact, you have zero competition. I said, yeah, there's patch companies out there, but they've got things on their patches and it slow releases into your skin. I said, there is nobody that's doing what you're doing. I said, you have something here that can literally change the world. And he said, that's why I called you. I said, I'm in. I will help you build this every step of the way. Now, let me share my screen with you guys for just a second. I want to share a few more slides with you. And I want you to meet Jay. I want you to hear in Jay's voice how he explains the technology. This video is a little more than a minute long. Here we go.
Hi everyone, it's Jay with Super Patch. I hope everyone's having a great day. People are always asking me, Jay, how do these super patches work? So today I'm going to give you guys a high-level explanation. So first things first, every physical, emotional, psychological function has a corresponding neurocode in our brains. And these neurocodes, which are just messages, sometimes get stuck or damaged for 1,000,001 reasons, but that leads to poor health, poor wellness, and even poor performance. So after 12.5 years of research at Super Patch, we actually decoded these messages. We decoded the neural code that can help and control the neurofunction of physical, emotional, and psychological function. So every single Super Patch has a pattern and ridges in it. And when these ridges come in contact with our skin, the patch uses the receptors in and on our skin to send that message to our brain. And the brain decodes it. So every single Super Patch is generating a very specific signal that's responsible for a physical, emotional, or psychological function. And that's how the Super Patches work. Super Patches have their unique QR code that's sending a unique message that our brain decodes. And that's why we can help with so many wellness, performance, benefits that people are seeing. So till next time, you guys have a great day. Talk to you soon.
Guys, almost every person that we know, they are looking for help on the wellness side. They're looking for help on the performance side. And if you take a look at the wellness side, people are looking for something for pain management and low energy and brain health and so on and so on and so on. On the performance side, they're looking for more strength, more power, endurance, mobility, agility, and faster recovery times. And how they're getting those needs taken care of is on the right-hand side here through drugs and over-the-counter products and surgeries. Guys, today, we live in a world where people very, very close to us are saying, all right, you need to take this drug, this drug, this drug, this drug, this drug, but you're going to have to take this drug to offset the effects of this drug. And way, way, way too many people go, okay, and they just do it. Guys, there is a better way because we can help people on the wellness side and we can help people on the performance side completely drug-free. It's instant and effective. It's easy to use. It's non-invasive. It's non-reactive. It's child-safe, pregnancy-safe, no diet changes, no lifestyle changes, and the patches are affordable. Now, I want you to see the Super Patch technology in action. This young lady, her name is Brandy. She came to a meeting of ours about a year ago down in Alabama, and she had no idea why she was there. She was invited to come to this meeting, very similar to the way that you guys were invited to this Zoom presentation here tonight. And we're going through about the same information that we're talking about here. And afterwards, she came up to us and said, I have a really hard time walking up and down stairs. Will this technology help me? And we said, I don't know. And we had a little smile on our face because we knew darn well what the result was going to be. So I want you guys to watch Brandy walking up and down the stairs with and without the technology. This video is about a minute long. Here we go.
How many years have you had an issue going up and down the stairs?
Since I was 33, I'm 46, so you can do the math, I can't.
13 years.
Thank you.
Go ahead, John. Please be careful. Okay, I'm going to put the Liberty patch on her right now. And she's going to do all of that again.
And by the way, just walking up and down this many times, usually I'm in a lot of pain too, and that's not as bad.
This is her third time doing it. There you go.
It's amazing. Utterly amazing.
Utterly amazing. Guys, we changed Brandy's life in less than an hour, okay? Now, we've got the same technology, to help people with pain. We've got a patch to help people sleep. We've got one to help people deal with stress. We've got one for overall health, build your immune system, and overall blood flow. Now, this Defend patch is a patch that I will never take off my arm, and here's why. I was at a live event in Chicago about a year after I joined the Super Patch Company. I've been with these guys for a year and a half. That's it. And so about 2 weeks after I joined, I went to this event in Chicago. There was a doctor on stage, and she asked somebody to volunteer out of the audience to do a blood analysis. Well, this person volunteered. They came up, they did the blood analysis, and they put the results up on the big screen. And this is what it looked like, okay? Now, this meant nothing to me, all right? But I'm looking at this, and the doctor said, if you look at the red blood cells here, they're not round, they're not full of oxygen, and you can see that they're all stacked up on top of each other. In other words, this person has very sticky blood and poor circulation. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Well, they gave this young girl the Defend patch. They waited 30 minutes. They came back and redid the blood analysis, and this was the result. Now, I am no doctor, but all I know is I want my blood to look like this as opposed to this. And the doctor said, look at the difference. The red blood cells are perfectly round. They're full of oxygen. They're all lined up like they just came out of boot camp. And that is one patch I will never, ever take off my arm. Liberty is what you just saw demonstrated with Brandy. That's balance, stability, and range of motion. We've got one to help with cognitive decline, ADHD, ADD. We've got one to help people focus, not just kids, but anybody focus on a specific task. We've got one to help people burn more calories. You can burn up to 25% more calories at rest. Okay, the average person burns about 2,000 calories a day just living. By simply wearing the Ignite patch, the average person is going to burn about 2,500 calories per day. All right, so yes, I know, make a run for the border and everybody go get your Ignite patches. Kick It. This is going to help everybody kick their bad habits. In other words, you figure out what your bad habits are. And listen, it's not just drinking and smoking. It could be shopping, biting your nails, whatever bad habit you think you have. Get the Kick It patch, and it will help you overcome that. The Joy patch, this is our newest patch. This is one of those patches where literally you put it on and your whole mood changes for the better. And then finally, our Victory patch. This patch right here is for overall athletic performance. Now, we've got 11 different patches, okay? And all 11 of them have a different pattern on them. So you could wear all 11 at the same time. And like I said, you know, nobody's afraid to wear these patches, like our Victory patch. When I said overall athletic performance, guys, we've got professional athletes. We've got Olympic athletes. We've got high school athletes. We've got collegiate athletes. We've got YMCA athletes that are using this Victory patch because it helps them. It helps them with strength, endurance, recovery time. And nobody's afraid to use it because there's no drugs. Nobody's going to fail a drug test. But you can wear all 11 patches at the same time if you want to because they send a different signal to your brain. They're waterproof. You can obviously exercise with them. All we're going to ask you to do is switch them out every 24 hours because the glue starts to wear down, but actually the pattern on the patch starts to wear down and it becomes less effective. Now, this was taken about a month and a half ago, and some of you will recognize this. This is in Canton, Ohio, and this was at the NFL's Hall of Fame inductee ceremony. And if you look at the crowd is just starting to, come into the stadium here, and all the athletes will be up here on the stage giving their acceptance speeches. But if you look on the big scoreboard, you see the Super Patch Company. Now, people ask me all the time, you guys, it's like, Steve, 32 years of success in this profession before you were introduced to the Super Patch Company, millions of dollars in income. Why are you doing this? Why would you jump on this the way you've jumped on it? And I said, because it is by far the biggest breakthrough in health, in wellness, performance, and technology in the past 50 years. And they don't have any competition. I said, I'm not missing this. I mean, you guys tell me a better solution than a drug-free solution for pain. There isn't one. You tell me a better solution than a drug-free solution for cognitive decline. or a drug-free solution for burning more calories? You guys, the answer is there isn't any. There absolutely isn't any. And this product is 100% drug-free. Millions and millions and millions of people are already using our super patches. We have clinical studies, peer reviews, written up in medical journals. Jay says, listen, nobody has to take my word for it. Just look what these other people are saying about us. All the patches are made right here in the USA. We are registered with the FDA, which is phenomenal. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee, and we have a 95% positive user rating. Now, the other reason that you guys were invited here tonight is to help us spread the word. Guys, we need help. If we're going to take this to 1 billion people worldwide, we need your help, okay? And if you want to get involved on the income side of what we do, we're going to ask you to become an associate. And the cost to become an associate is a whopping $50. I'm not kidding you guys. It's $50, not $50 a month. It's $50 one time and then a $25 annual renewal fee, okay? Costco charges you way more than that just to shop in their store, okay? But for $50, you're going to get everything that you need to build a multi-million-dollar business. You get to buy the product at wholesale as opposed to retail. And for $50, you're getting $75 worth of our patches. We're going to give you a 28-pack of Liberty, which we showed with Brandy demonstrating that. And we're going to give you a 4-pack of our Freedom patches, which is our pain patches. So for $50, you get everything you need, plus you get $75 worth of our stuff, and there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. Guys, it's kind of a no-brainer. And when you enroll, you have the opportunity to buy this technology at a really deep discounted price. You can purchase one of 3 launch kits. Our sample launch kit, you get $360 worth of patches for $225. This launch kit here, you get $600 worth of stuff for $375. Or our mega launch kit, you get $1,320 worth of our patches for only $600. Now listen, you guys don't have to do that. You don't have to buy the launch kit if you don't want to. Okay, you can just come in for $50. But if you're coming in for $50, you are going to buy the patches anyway. And so you might as well pick up one of these launch kits and save a bunch of money in the process. Now, real quickly, you guys, all of your personal customers, you're going to get a 25% override on your personal customer volume, but then you can build an organization of people and you can promote yourself all the way up to national vice president. And these are one-time bonuses that you can earn to get in getting to those different positions. I'm not going to tell you how to get there or anything like that, but you can earn between 2 and 15% on all of the volume that's created by all the people in your organization, and that's paid to an unlimited number of levels. So guys, that's all I'm going to tell you about the compensation plan, but we've got people making more in a month than a lot of people make in a year, and I'm just going to ask you guys to get together with the person who invited you here tonight, and they can give you all the details on how to get started. And like I said, it is only $50. Now, I want to open this up, and I see there's a bunch of house parties going on here tonight. That is very, very cool, you guys, that you all got together and said, hey, let's get together and let's watch this in a group. Let's see, what group is that? That's Paula's group. That's Kelly's group over there. There's Christy's group there. This is really awesome. So let me do this, you guys. I'm going to open this up so you guys do have the ability to unmute yourself. If you want to, okay, don't unmute yourself if you don't have anything to share with us. But let me go to the first person who has their hand up, and that is Ken Brown. Ken, jump in here, buddy.
Hey, Steve, man, this is awesome. You know, the technology it's so amazing. My son, just want to share with my son. My son, he likes to get in the gym, work out with some of his buddies. So somehow he did something to his shoulder last week, and so he's been complaining about it a little bit. And so today it was really bothering him. Had a lot of inflammation in there. So we had to do some stuff. Got home, and I told him, I said, well, put our Liberty patch on you and put the Freedom patch on you. So he done it. You know, he's 21. He's, you know, Mr. Buff. But he sat out there, and about an hour later, he said, my shoulder's not hurting anymore, man. I said, good. That's what I like to hear. So, yeah, they definitely work.
Isn't that funny, Ken, when somebody says, is this really going to work? I always go, I don't know. And I just know it's going to. I just absolutely know that it is going to. So Ken, keep doing what you're doing, brother. You're building a big, big organization all over the world. So thanks so much for what you do. Hey, let's go to, I think, I thought I saw Paula. Paula Rudd. Jump in here, Paula. Paula, you are still muted. Paula, you are still muted. Don't worry. I'll edit this part out. Don't worry about it. She's panicking right now, trying to unmute herself.
Hey, can you hear me?
Hold on. We got Paula. Now we got Paula.
No.
No, we still don't.
Hey,
All right. Terry.
can I share while we're waiting?
Hold on, Terry. Hold on. Paula, try to figure out how to unmute yourself, and let's go to Carrie Helms. Carrie, jump in here.
Hey, listen, you guys. Paula, you're going to have to figure out making your TV talk to your computer at the same time. But y'all, listen, I put a patch on a lady at church the other day. Okay, I did the demo. I showed her how it worked because I always do that to prove the technology. Well, she was telling me that the shoulder was hurting her, and she's like could barely bend this direction. And I was like, well, let's try the Freedom Patch. So I put it on her. Her friend is actually here tonight. And with like less than 2 minutes, wasn't it, Dulce? Less than 2 minutes or so, she was like, oh my gosh, my pain is gone. And I'm just as shocked as she is. Every single time this takes someone's pain away in less than 15 minutes, I am blown away, you guys. It's crazy. It works fast.
Yeah, and Carrie, you've been doing this for a year and a half, and you're still blown away by it.
I am still excited. Remember we were in Oklahoma last week, and we're looking at each other going, wow, every person we touched with Liberty was moving better and had better range of motion, and it was just crazy.
That is awesome. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for that, Carrie. Hey, let's go up to Christy. Christy, jump in here.
Hey guys, so I want to tell you my experience with Kick It. I got it in last week, and when I put it on, I hate water. I do not like to drink it unless it has tea in it. But so I put Kick It on, and like my appetite is minimal. I have no desire for sweets, and I cannot get enough water. Kick It is the only thing I changed.
And now you like water? Is that what you're telling us?
I love it. Like I can't get enough of it.
Oh my God.
So weird.
Are you telling me are you telling me you're drinking a bunch of tea? Is that what you're telling us?
No, straight water.
Oh my
Nothing in
God.
it.
That is fabulous. Keep those stories coming. Tracy Wood, jump in here.
Hello. Hey, I did a small event on Sunday, and this lady came up and with her friend and was telling me she was having knee pain and she was using a walker. She was sitting down on her little walker seat. So I said, well, show me where it hurts. And I put her Freedom Patch on her knee. And I said, okay, just give it a minute. So next thing I know, I started talking to her friend about the whole thing, telling them the whole spiel. Next thing you know, she looks at me wide-eyed and said, my pain is gone. I'm like, that's what it does. She goes, that's it. She says, I've got to do a video of you and put you on my Instagram and so I can post it for everybody to see that it really works so you can get out there. So she did. She made a video for me and posted it on her Instagram.
Because it works.
On how they work. So
because it works. There's no doubt. Thank you for sharing that, Tracy. Hey, Paula, have you guys got this thing figured out yet? No, you don't. Listen, guys, I love to hear these stories. You know, I absolutely love to hear these stories. And listen, I've only been with the company for a year and a half, and the company is, 7.5 years old. And I was just so thankful that I heard about this when I did, and the lives that we are changing. And every single day, I'm amazed. And those of you who've been around for more than 7 years, you guys get amazed every single day when you hear the stories. And I know that because you tell me. So those of you who are guests here tonight, listen, what you are hearing is real. None of this is staged. You can tell. We can't even get people off mute for Pete's sake, right? None of this is staged. We're just real people that just talk about something that we are really, really excited about. And the way to build this business is to get this technology on the skin of the people that you love the most, because it's going to help them. It is going to help them. And when you help enough people, man, that comes back to you 10 times over. And you go out there and you share this with as many people as you possibly can. And whether you want to do this part of it or not, the company's going to pay you. Guys, the company will pay you a ridiculous amount of money for what you would actually do for free. Because how many times have you read a good book, saw a good movie, ate at a good restaurant, and told somebody about it? You know, the problem that every single one of us have right now on this Zoom here tonight is that we all know something. You all know about this technology right now. And if we don't go out and share this, shame on us. You guys, we're doing our friends an injustice. Why in the world would we keep this a secret? There's no reason to keep this a secret because it's that good. All right? So those of you who are guests, please do not go to sleep tonight with a question. There's not a single question that we don't have an answer to. All right? We're having a blast. This is as hard as we work. Everybody look at your hands. Everybody look at your hands. Nobody has any calluses from building their super patch business, right? Nobody has any calluses. What we get to do is we get to share something. And when we get to share something that we are passionate about, man, do we get rewarded. We get rewarded. All right? So get together with the person who invited you. Get all of your questions answered. And I know you're joining us here tonight. So let me be the first to welcome you to the Super Patch Company. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.
Next time, Liz, next time you'll share, okay?
Did I miss some people? Did I miss
She
some
logged
people?
in. There was a few.
Oh, Liz, I
logged
didn't
in.
even see you. And I see E.F. Hutton up here too that I missed. Oh my goodness.
Steve.
All right, you guys. We'll get you next Tuesday.
Night,
You must have only had
Steve.
3 patches on.
All right, you guys. See you later.
Bye,
Good
y'all.
night.